Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of your weekly dose of Terraform. My name is Anton Babenko, and it's kind of a pleasure to be back. I spent 1 week at AWS reInvent, and then my voice kind of disappeared. Now I think I will be able to talk for about, an hour or 50 minutes, we'll see. And I have a few things which I want to to discuss today. I'm kind of a bit lost. What should I do and what should I say? Because, as you know, I have not been preparing so much. But nevertheless, let's keep it going. So you see what kind of nice. Is it here? Yes, it's here. Pulumi. They also do hoodies. They are not just infrastructure as code company. So hoodies are pretty good. At least that's what I was told. I don't know. But thanks Pulumi for providing this hoodie. Okay, let's see. Where is this? I'm so lost. I don't even know where to click. Ah, right. It's here. Here is it. Cool. So weekly.tf is growing nicely, and every Wednesday I continue to publish a weekly newsletter. I try to find content which is relevant for most, and usually this content is very hard to find. Believe me, it's not like going to any medium and just copy paste links from there. I actually have to spend time and figure out what kind of content I would be personally interested in, and then I hope that you guys also appreciate it. I really try to eliminate content which is absolutely simple or how to get started. There are 90% of such content published every week. I don't know why, but people are still talking about how to install Terraform. So it's not so much interesting. And also open source projects. So if you suddenly see that there is not much going in this episode or in last episode, I really recommend you to write something like this. Site weekly.tf, and then any technology which you want, for example, CloudFormation. And then you will see several episodes where this was mentioned. There is no better way to do search other than that. So I highly recommend to look into previous episodes. So, right, another milestone which I'm really kind of excited to share with you guys is that this channel, where you're actually watching this right now, just crossed 4,000 subscribers. It's absolutely oh my god, because 54 episodes ago I didn't even imagine that it will be so big. I thought like 1,000 people probably is what I can realistically achieve, but 4,000 is more than I actually anticipated. And I'm still focusing on Terraform and Terraform AWS modules, primarily because that's what I'm doing pretty much full time. But today I want to focus more on work which I sometimes have to do, but I don't have time for that. And specifically, I'm going to look into using GitHub provider to manage content of Terraform AWS modules repositories. I will explain this in details, but thank you everyone for watching and for subscribing. Right, so what else happened during this week? I asked the question, whom should I invite to live streams? And it was really cool to see several people propose different candidates. And I'm gonna to have an episode with Evgeny Brickman, who is creator of terragrunt as well as TerraTest. I think we'll focus just on terragrunt because I don't have so much relations with TerraTest myself, but absolutely terragrunt is going to be in the near future. I think around January, February. Then some people propose to have Eric Osterman. So of course Eric is also a very well-known figure, and I met him a couple of weeks ago at reInvent, and I will be glad to continue talking with him. And well, I'm sure that you guys heard about Cloud Posse, so he is the founder of that organization. And yeah, we know each other for quite some time. As well as Lightlytics will probably be there at some point. And yeah, and Lars also proposed to have a discussion about CDK, Pulumi, and Terraform. I have a lot of things which I want to share, but I just need a little bit more preparation to make it really appealing for everyone, instead of me just saying random stuff. I also have a few ideas what exactly I want to kind of to talk about and in which format. I put some ideas here, for example, rethinking the Tao of HashiCorp. If you are from HashiCorp, you know what is Tao of HashiCorp. I mean, if you are not from HashiCorp, you can easily Google that one. And I have a few things which I think can be kind of improved on that. Again, I don't want to go in details right now, but second one is really workflow first infrastructure as code, not us running random code in different parts of the flow and thinking that it's how it should be. Well, it is how it used to be, I don't know, in 2005, or no, sorry, 2015 or maybe 17, but not right now. So workflow first is what I'm thinking about. And honestly, there are a lot of marketing bullshit around all of these technologies already right now. I have, I mean, I can say something, but I don't want to just say it without any kind of confirmation or without any background behind it. And I also think that there is happy life without terragrunt. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna to cover in approximately during 2022. So stay tuned, and if you have any suggestions, please let me know. So what else? Yeah, a couple days ago I thought like, why there are no hello Muhammad and Renjit. And by the way, yeah, let's see how many people are there. Oh right, it's already 10 people watching. Cool, better than 0. So thanks for that. Okay, so I asked whether there is an interest in CloudForm. I mean, CloudForm, my understanding, is some sort of CLI or web service which converts AWS CloudFormation into well-structured Terraform configuration. And I obviously don't want to kind of start another project and try to move the needle in any direction just because it is absolutely pointless. So what I asked here is, do people even need these kind of tools? And there were some discussions or some ideas by different people. So even if we need this kind of tool, who should pay for the development? Huge corporation. And again, we don't have to think about HashiCorp as a startup anymore, right? Now we can say this officially. So huge corporation like HashiCorp or AWS, or independent indie GitHub sponsors. I mean, these are two different type of customers or type of companies from now. So yeah, there were some interesting discussions and some interesting points. I'm not going to read all of them, but if you're interested. Also, it was really cool to see Pat Myron, who is pretty well known, at least for me, in terms of AWS CloudFormation field and how he's doing it. And he has started a similar project where he maps CloudFormation and Terraform resource provider schemas, but he has slightly different goal. So yeah, let me know what you think. Maybe it is going to be interesting project if some of you started, and we can see how it goes. Yeah. Okay. Right. So let's move on to something else. So what I want to do today is specifically working on this project, now this repository. Well, I think I will actually have to stop this stream at some point if I cannot breathe, because my voice and my throat pain sometimes is just very painful and I cannot say a word. So if it happens, then you know it's because of that. Okay, right. So this repository, Terraform AWS modules / meta, is containing information about all other repositories which we have inside of this organization. So we have GitHub folder, repositories, and then organization name, and then as you can see, these are folders with information for each of repository. Also inside of this repository, where is it? Yeah, it is in main. Inside of main, there is terragrunt HCL file, which is configuring description, home page, topics, and bunch of other things, like here, branch protection, teams, as well as different relation between different group of users, team membership. So everything related to GitHub, I wanted to have as a configuration long time ago. And then approximately 2, maybe 3 years ago, I don't remember, when I started this project, I quite obviously used terragrunt. Why I used terragrunt? It's because I knew it pretty well and I had very good understanding of what I want to do. Just 1 year old, come on. I thought it's like 2, 3 years ago. Well, it says here 2 years ago. So it should be more than 1 year old. It's about at least 2 years old. Anyway, so what I put here was the whole configuration as code for GitHub provider. So now let me show you how the code look like and what exactly I want to do. So, no, this is wrong window. Here is the right window. Right, okay. So inside of this Terraform AWS modules, meta, GitHub, that's what I just showed you. There is file for each repositories, and there is also terragrunt HCL file. So if you look into this structure, you will understand that, I mean, you will be pretty familiar with that already. So you have terragrunt HCL file where you point which module you want to use. Like in this case, I want to use module which is outside, which is called modules main. And then I specify a bunch of inputs. So very traditional setup, absolutely nothing fancy. If you know how terragrunt works, that's exactly the case here. Then inside of each of repositories, there is similar file. Let me just open, let's say, ALB. And here you can see that it's using similar structure where I use another module, which is called GitHub, and I provide a bunch of different configuration values to it. And actually all of these modules, they contain identical, they contain actually identical information, more or less. Maybe sometimes it's a little bit different, but in general it's the same. So all inputs to this repositories, like to ALB, for example, it is loaded from common HCL, which is like this. It has some configuration values for different labels, which we use in all modules. So really no rocket science here. And this is one of expression which I use to get information about owner and name. So yeah, that's how I get it. First I split it by what is it, sign? No, what is this? Slash, right? Yeah, anyway, I split it by this character, and then I join just couple elements in between. So this way I have organization name / repository name the way I need it for GitHub module to work. So again, this is not something what I want to explain, because it's extremely simple. Then inside of root, there is another terragrunt HCL which is going to be included. And here a couple interesting things are, for example, GitHub token is not shared anywhere. It is fetched in runtime from Secret Hub, which is now part of 1Password. It is Secret Hub CLI, which runs Secret Hub read from this parameter. Think about this as a SAM parameter store. It's exactly the same kind of way of working. And what else is here? Well, that's it. And there is provider GitHub, which is included. So once more, there is no complicated things at all. I probably would like to get rid of terragrunt in the near future from this one, but not for today. So what I'm going to do today is specifically the following. I have many modules there, and many of those modules contain the same file, like pre-commit config, which is slightly old or probably ancient. There is also a make file, which we don't need anymore, and a few other files, which are exactly the same in all Terraform AWS modules repository. So what I want to do is, I actually did it before, but then GitHub broke provider and I couldn't implement it. So let me see, where is it? So I want to do this. So inside of this modules GitHub, here is it. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I have been using this GitHub file provider. Last time I checked, I think it was not compatible with Terraform 0.13, or I don't know which version. Anyway, that's why I couldn't use it. But I used it for a short amount of time, and I was quite happy with it. So the way how that provider works, and that's what I want to achieve today, but I don't think it is actually possible from what I read. So GitHub file provider was tracking changes inside of certain path or inside of certain file, and it was tracking content of specific file. If there was a difference and this provider wants to modify content, it just opened pull request. And that's exactly what I liked, that after I run Terraform apply or terragrunt apply, GitHub file resource was actually opening pull request, and this pull request contains changes in this file. Also, well, there were many limitations which I kind of struggled, because it opened one pull request per file. It was not able to do rebase if you merge one by one, and so on. So there were a few limitations. But what I want to do today is going to be using, well, let's see, it's going to be using this GitHub repository file. This resource allows you to create and manage files within GitHub repository. Well, sounds exactly what I want. So let me grab this here and put it somewhere here. So here I am currently managing only labels, but I will also manage files. Repository I don't need, but GitHub repository file, and it should be this, and repository. What is it? Repository main. I'm still old-fashioned. I call it master. Let's see, where is this? Right, okay, I will check this a bit later. So for now, let me just go to this one. So yeah, I am inside of ALB folder, and what I want to do well, ALB folder is a little bit too extreme. Let's find some repository which is kind of safe to do anything. I have one, terragrunt. So this repository is inside of another organization which is called what? You must complete upgrade. Oh my god. It has been so long time, I have no clue how to even handle this upgrade from this provider. Do I need that one? No, probably not. State remove. I'm just checking through the history, what kind of commands I could run. Let's see if I run this command. Will it help? Nope. GitHub file, terragrunt state rm. Will it work? Probably not, because it cannot initialize backend. Yeah, right. Okay. Oof. Yeah, it's a bit sad that I don't have this now, but let me go to this repository, Terraform modules. Well, it's been so long time when I was there, so I don't have it even in the history. Anyway, Terraform modules is my playground sometimes. This is it. Okay, yeah, it's kind of safe to drop all of this content. It was 2 years ago when I last touched it. So how can I drop this content? Yeah, well, it's kind of interesting. Let's see. I think the safest way is just remove state for that one, and really don't want to think about that for now. Good. So now I have deleted that one, and if I continue running my stuff, running terragrunt init, maybe DynamoDB will complain now because I deleted state file, but not record in DynamoDB. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. DynamoDB table. Okay. Yeah. So after I do this kind of manipulations here and there, and when people tell to me like, hey, now you can use moved function or feature in Terraform 1.1, I always show to them like, hey, so how can I work around this specific issue, which is not even solvable. I mean, talking about newest and sexiest things is too simple. We have a lot of legacy already. So these two, right? Modules, yeah, these two. Delete items. It was kind of cool that it was so easy to find those two. Okay, let's go back. Let's try to run this again. Do I have anything here? Maybe just removing terragrunt cache can help. Yeah, it seems better. Cool. So also it's using latest version, which is 4.19. Okay, so what I have here, let's go just into this one. Let's collapse the rest one. So, oops, not this one, this file. Right, so it's the same thing, but here I want to upload just these static files, exactly what I wanted. So, and this is code which I had before, and now I need to just somehow update it to match this provider. So I guess I will just put something like this. I mean, in theory, it should work almost right away. But let's see, branch is actually this guy. Repository, which is repository? Well, I mean, what is repository in this sense? I sometimes not sure. Right, okay, so repository is just name of, so it's actually one. Yeah, so it should be fine. File is probably this one. Can you, oh yeah, that's absolutely. So thanks for asking questions, by the way. So the question was, can you please shortly explain what is the thing with DynamoDB? Yeah, so move it here. So yeah, the thing with DynamoDB is related to the fact that DynamoDB has information about state files. So when you run, when you have backend in DynamoDB and your file is stored in S3, like in my case, the hash, I can show it here. DynamoDB table has two properties. First is loc ID, and then MD5 as a digest stored here. What it means is that when DynamoDB, or when a file is changed inside of S3, then DynamoDB is updated to point file name and its digest, to prevent situations from like I had just now, where I try to use wrong file with my configuration. So that way, when it is in sync, then Terraform understand that, oh, you're using latest version, nobody else is using it at the same time, so that's great. Let me think, somewhere here. No, it's not here. Where is it? Yeah, no, it's, sorry, probably here. No, it's the same. So inside of this table, there are just two properties, loc ID and digest. If I look into, if I look into the output, which was here before, it says this may be caused by unusually long delays in S3 processing, which is wrong. Please wait for a minute, is also wrong. And neither S3 nor DynamoDB are experiencing outage, also wrong. You may need to manually verify the remote state and update the digest value stored in DynamoDB table. That's what I have done. But instead of fixing the value, which I don't know how to even calculate, I mean, what kind of input I should get to that DynamoDB table, it's usually safer to just delete that record and it will be recreated. So if I look into this now, if I just refresh it, well, how can I get it? Repositories. Well, it's pretty hard to navigate these records. Yeah. No, I didn't do any changes, so that's why there are no records yet, I guess. Yeah, that's probably the case. When I apply it, then there will be something new here inside of this table. But for now, just think about this, that S3 has information about what state is, but logs and signature or digest is stored in DynamoDB, just to guarantee that only correct copies of state file is being used by parallel executions if you have several people or several systems modifying the same things. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You very seldom have to look into this table or do anything there. Okay. Where is it? Ah, yeah, right, of course. Okay, I continue here. So file and content. I'm not sure what is file, but probably it is this file, content. So this is file, and this is, it was called contents. Now it is called content. Okay, managed by Terraform and Terraform users example. Okay, let's leave it for now like this. Let's see what kind of other output, or no, sorry, not output, but inputs can I put in this resource. It says, well, that's pretty much it. Enable overwriting existing files. Yeah, well, of course. Okay, so that's pretty much it. And oh, by the way, is it possible to make pull request? Oh, maybe that's how it's supposed to be. This resource allows you to create and manage pull requests. Oh, that's pretty nice. So then I can make probably a branch commit. Right. Okay, so the thing which I'm already thinking a bit too fast, but sorry. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to commit this stuff, and I want to see this file being created inside of my repository. So I just run terragrunt apply. I expect to see one commit with these changes. Let's see what it does. So it says content of this file, which is it? Yeah, it's in git ignore. Okay, so content of this file looks good. So it's going to make these things. It will fail for some reason. Unexpected. Well, I guess it doesn't like repository. It's usually like that. So when I see this kind of error message, unexpected status code 404, it's probably, yeah, let me just remove this. So it should include organization as well as, right, organization and yeah, maybe that, or maybe it will, no, it still fail. I think I know what is it. That's because I somewhere hard-coded name of organization. Yeah, exactly, GitHub owner. Oh my god. So if I now change it to Terraform modules, will it work? It's a bit tricky that you have to change directory and you have to remember which organization to use. Let's see if it works now. I mean, if it works, then I will get this organization. Yeah, it works. Then I will set this GitHub owner depending on folder I am at somewhere. So it's not going to be hard-coded here. Cool. Now I have this stuff. And I need to go to here. And what do I expect? I expect 4 independent commits. Yeah, exactly. 4 independent commits, which are not perfect in any way. So how can I do this? no, now I start to enjoy GitHub more. Okay, so what can I do? I want to make branch first, and then I want to commit a bunch of things into that branch, then open PR and merge that PR. Well, can I do all of this? Can I merge even PRs? Unbelievable. Can I merge PR? Can I merge PR as code? Well, that's, I'm a bit lost. Can I do this? So, okay, let's look one by one. So first I need to make branch. It's kind of simple, right? Source branch from master, latest commit. That's simple. Cool. So let's just skip this for now. It's too easy. Then second, I need to commit into that branch. That's what I already did. Then I need to open pull request. How to do this? Repository pull request. So into this repository, into master, from this branch, this. Yes, all good. Good. So now I'm really missing a way to yeah, right. So how to merge this pull request? I mean, from what I think, it is not possible right away, because, well, how it will be reflected in the state then. So what kind of options can be there? I mean, Googling is not an option. Googling is too easy. Let's think about this. Or maybe anyone have any idea how to merge pull request using this provider? I don't think it is possible just by reading this list. So what I can do is that I can use GitHub CLI to call yeah, I can do this. I mean, I open pull requests using GitHub CLI all the time, so I'm sure that I can also merge them or do something. But it's a little bit too ugly, because then I need to rely on CLI instead of native provider. GitHub release. Right, okay, let's do a simple search, and maybe I find something. No, it's bad search. Let's go to this report issue, and somewhere here I need to search for merge and allow specific actor. Well, that's not listed here. Well, 3 pages in total. Well, probably it was bad idea to search on such popular word. Support auto merge. Is it? Ah, no, that's not the same. But it can be, right? Let's see. GitHub now supports auto merge as a repository setting. Right, it means auto merge on certain conditions, right? If, let's say, tests are passing, which we don't have, then merge this pull request. Well, that's not exactly what I want. Yes, okay. Right, so for now, let me just open this pull request manually, and I will be fine to just go through that manually and click merge. It's not so often when I have to do this, but it's just a good idea to have this possibility. Okay, let's see. Let's see, where is this? Oh my god, my cables are so bad that sometimes just by dropping phone I can become offline. So okay, let's see. So here, managing labels fine, managing these files is fine, but I need to make branch commit open PR, something like that. So let's see, resource GitHub branch. I think merging is a little bit intimate thing. It's a bad habit to do it automatically. Yes and no. So if this would be, I mean, at some point, yes, it is absolutely bad things. You need human to involve, but from another side, this is already automated workflow. Why? I mean, what do you expect to see there, really? If checks are passing, and that's what I can specify inside of my. So when I open this hub PR. No, what I do? Git PR. How do I open? Oh, it's just 1 second. I completely forgot which tool I'm using. I use GH, not hub anymore. So GH PR, and then merge, and then I can specify there is an argument which is I guess auto. Let me just see a bit more. So if it is, yes, exactly, automatically merge only after necessary requirements are met. So that's exactly what I want, because I don't expect human to find anything what they have to complain or say like, oh, it's bad. I mean, if it is bad, then it has to be fixed in this repository meta, not in individual repositories. So probably this flag will be necessary. Yeah, I think it's okay. But anyway, it's not something what I'm gonna to investigate now. The flow is something like this: auto, and then pull request will be number merge and pull request number 123, and that's it. If I run it in this folder, which is already Git repository, then it will pick it up and it will be working just fine. So yeah, that's I use this command pretty often to open pull request like this, PR create. Sometimes I do, I think, checkout. Well, not sometimes, I actually do it very often, pretty much for all pull requests which I need to check. I run this command, and then it does everything automatically very nicely. So let's GitHub branch. Which branch is it gonna to be? Let's say update. So it's a very creative name, I know. Should this branch be unique? Well, probably not. Actually, it was problem before with that GitHub file provider, is that it didn't delete branches. sometimes. So I had a lot of branches which I deleted kind of after the fact. So anyway, let's call it updates. Updates repository is going to be this one. Okay, anything else I'm missing? Probably not. Yeah, well, there are also there is source branch, of course, source branch, which is for such old-fashioned people like myself is master. So that's it. Okay, so I have this branch, then I'm gonna to yeah, it's actually here. Then this one is going to be GitHub branch, updates, branch. I guess it is called branch. Yeah, okay. That's it. What else can it be? Yeah, I think that's it. Branch, yeah, should be fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna to commit a bunch of changes into that thing. I guess it will not work right away because the files itself will not changed. But let's see. I guess it will just create branch and not use it. No, it's actually trying to replace a lot of things. So let's see what it's trying to do. So making branch, and then, oh yeah, then it tries to push these files into that branch. That's why it is force replacement, which is a little bit scary because it seems that this file will be removed from master, right? Well, that's exactly what I want to try. And I think we should stop trying to predict Terraform. It's so hard sometimes. So let it be in this emulator, and if it fails, it will be much easier to fix later on than predict all these situations. Cool, so now let's go to this thing somewhere here. It's I guess it's somewhere here. Yeah, it says delete. Oh, that's how it is. So nice. So it deleted all of my files. Why does it use this username? Where this username is even coming from? I mean, this is my bot, which I'm using, but I don't think I use it in the code anyway. Okay, right. Okay, so if I look into updates, what? Updates have this. Now let's see. If I look into this branch, it should be, yeah, exactly. So it doesn't matter what was before, but right now it is 4 changes and no pull request. Right, cool. So let's make pull request from this one. Pull request. Sounds what I need. So if I go to this code and again call it updates, very creative, it's gonna to be var branch, head ref gonna to be, well, which branch is it going to be? Right, okay, we are gonna to open one pull request anyway for all of them, so it's gonna to be, it's okay to use this thing here. It's important to use this thing instead of just hard coding updates, because I need to have this branch created before pull request, so that's why branch is created first and then referenced in other places. Title, updating files. This will change everything. And yeah, base repository, that's again the same. Right, okay, cool. So let's see. Now I expect to have one more repository for that. No, sorry, one more pull request. And if I say yes, there were a bunch of different things, like maintainer can modify. This is important to say yes. Main, what? Maintainer, well, that's typical. It just does not work in IntelliJ, so you need to guess. So it is true. What else is possible to specify? Well, probably that's it. So let me just apply it again, because this is a really important thing to have true. Otherwise, you cannot modify it outside or by someone else. So yes, it's patch what? Custom message fork can only be enabled. Ah, right, okay, that's because it's not fork, it's my own. Well, good to know. Okay, so terragrunt apply one more time, nothing should happen here. I can simply go to that one, and if I refresh it, there should be link. I go to number 15. For commits, probably better to have them separate and explain what exactly is going to happen there. But nevertheless, 4 commits with these changes, that's exactly what I want. So yes, now it is possible to merge them using this GH CLI, but I don't need to do that. So that's pretty much it, right? Is there anything big left? I guess. Right, okay, one big thing which I kind of skipped for now is once I open this pull request and right. Yeah, that's a flaw which unfortunately is going to be hard to implement. Let me explain what I mean. Is once I have like infrastructure as code is sometimes not the best concept to think about such dynamic things which will be managed outside of the code. Like after this pull request is merged, I don't have notion of updates branch anymore, or notion of commits into that branch or pull request. So all of these things make sense to create only when, and that's important, when there are changes inside of the files, right? If I have this changed, let's say if I now merge this pull request, I will just go here, I merge it. No, it doesn't matter how I merge it, like squash or not squash. So I merge it now. Cool. Branch is deleted. So now if I go to my code and I run it again, it will tell me that there is no branch and it has to create the branch. There are no files. Yeah, right, okay, it's just complaining a lot about different things. It's complaining about these files not being present anywhere. Pull request, unexpected exit code. Right, so it doesn't like that I have just removed these files, but they're still inside of state file. So the solution which comes to my creative had already is to just disable state file for these resources. I know it sounds a bit scary and over-engineered because, well, Terraform has awesome concept of state and we should be using it, but not always, really. How can I do this? Like, first of all, does it make even sense to do? It says unexpected status code because there is no such file inside of that branch, right? So what if I now run apply, and if I just target, let's say, subset of what I have, which is going to be just branch? Will it be able to identify that, hey, there is no branch? Yeah, it says that branch has to be created. That's because branch was deleted. And will it, I guess it still knows about that pull request, because pull request also has to be created, right? Yes, exactly, because it depends on the branch, but pull request itself is there. Yeah, so it's a bit broken, that there is no branch. That's why this branch cannot be referenced in other places. How to do this? So at the end of the day, what I want to have is, I want to modify content of the file, run Terraform. It will figure out that content of the file has changed. So let's open branch, let's commit changes to this branch, open PR, and so on. Then I merge this PR. And what's happening next is, after I run it again, Terraform looks in the state, and state says like, hey, there is no branch existing, but these files are referring to that branch. How to solve this interesting challenge? I don't know right now, but like one solution which comes to my mind, that's what I mentioned, is instead of, somewhere here, I can specify. So what I need to do, I need to split this, the whole GitHub module into two. One which is gonna to be persisted, like this one, GitHub issue labels, and another one which is ephemeral, which can be using. So if I look into this backend, and I can use backend which is called in-mem. If I use this right now, well, let's see what happens. First of all, it will not, at least it will not complain. All right, there are a bunch of things which has to be removed, because in memory is really in memory. So there are no regions, no keys encrypted. Well, there is pretty much nothing in this regards here. Yeah, I guess all of this is just useless for in-mem. Config is required. Okay, config is required, so let's put some config there. Good. So now it's just trying to say that a bunch of things has to be committed, changed. Great. Let's do it. But maybe I don't need. Yeah, right. Okay. So it's trying to do exactly what I just did. Making changes. By the way, this commit will probably be empty if it will succeed, because file content is identical. Let's see. Post validation fail. No commit between master and updates. Yeah, exactly, because it's the same thing. Okay. So what if I look into this one and use data source? There is data source which allows me to to check content of the file. Yes, exactly. So this data source allows to read files from GitHub repository. So what I need to do is that I need to read content of the file. No, it's gonna to be failing if there is no such file, which is another problem of using data source. It just let me think. Yeah, so if I use this GitHub repository file on the file which does not exist yet, it will produce an error. But if I use try expression and I specify certain things inside of try, then it will succeed. Oh my god, it's so complicated, but it's so fun. Right, okay, let's see. So in mem is it good idea? Is it good for this? No, in mem is bad, because in mem is not what I need. I simply need to actually do similar behavior as I did in Lambda function module, where I actually predict what kind of output package will have to be created, and then use it in all expressions and all evaluations. And if user says that yes, now I want to create it, then I actually make it, but not before. So in mem here will not do the trick. It's cool, and it's for 6 people who are still watching it. It's something what you probably have never used, but check it out. I mean, it's not documented anywhere in official documentation, but it's there. You can use it, and just don't commit it. Don't put it don't make it public, because it's quite easier to misuse it, and then you will have bad things everywhere. But for the purpose of this one, it should be fine. So let me see. So first I want to read content of the file from the branch. If the content of that file is if the content of that file is the same as the one which I have here, then no need to do anything here, like creating branch files and so on. Right, so there has to be first, okay, it's quite straightforward, but still it's, so let's put it like this. So it will be reading existing files inside of that repository, inside of branch var, inside of that branch, and is it dest? Yeah, it's gonna to be reading that file. Cool. So after I read all of these files, what I need to be doing is to find if there is at least one file. Right, okay, yeah, right. So yeah, that's, so inside of locals, that's what I did in pricing module. I usually put a lot of magic in locals. If you actually, it was about a year ago when I wrote pricing module. People are using it. I was really surprised recently. So inside of locals, I should be going through this information which I just retrieved from that one, and I need to figure out if the content is different. Oh yeah, right. So I need to just drop everyone where the content is the same. So it's something like files, or not changed files, gonna to be in try data, data GitHub file this and so is it this, like this, I guess. And tick. So I'm gonna to well, I go through this thing and then key v if what, if v dot whatever this guy has repository right. So yeah, I need to put if v dot dot what dot content not equal to this content, where this is content, each value is gonna to be clean static files, clean static files, key, what is key? It's probably the same key, dot value, yeah, something like that. So if the content is different, then keep it. Otherwise, just skip it and that's it. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's... So yeah, this expression is full of errors and I don't really care about it right now. Why? Because this is how I usually do it. When I put this code here and I can just run terragrunt apply, backend configuration changed. Of course it is. Reconfig. Yeah, okay, so here if I just run this now, all I want is just no syntax error. That's it for now. Previously installed. Well, there are a bunch of data, GitHub. Right. Well, these, like this. Yeah, like this. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's a good point. Thanks, Terraform, for meaningful messages. So yeah, now it is executing something. Clean static file object with 4 attributes. There is no value. Well, okay. Don't care about this right now. Well, if it is object, then it means I need to use lookup as well, or reference it differently, but it's not so important. Okay, cool. So what it's trying to do, delete bunch of things, delete bunch of files, Is it okay? Yeah, well, why not? But I just want to run console, because that's where interesting things are happening. So, and inside of console, I can do, well, I don't have access, or maybe I have changed files. No, it says known after applied because no data source was not executed yet. So it's a bit too early. Yeah, right, okay. Well, anyway, for now, I don't want to spend more time on that. The purpose is to check whether this information was changed before, and if it was changed, then really create a branch and do everything only if there were changes. Otherwise, it produces error, and that's totally okay. So yeah, I think that's it for now. I don't want to spend more time on this right now. I will probably polish it a little bit better, but I will continue slightly later. Okay, thanks everyone for participating, and thanks for asking a couple of questions here and there. I hope you get something out of it. For example, in mem, which, well, I still don't see so commonly used. I use it sometimes to populate information, for example, in DynamoDB or in console, where some people say like, oh, if everything what you have is hammer, then everything around looks like like Terraform for me, like nail. So the same can be applied. You can write very small amount of code to put data into DynamoDB or into console, but you don't have to keep data itself inside of state, for example. Well, this is one of pattern which I use sometimes. And yes, Picasso, thank you for joining. And yeah, hopefully next episode will be more relevant, because I don't think that many people find it helpful when I write something in practical like this time, this thing. Anyway, I always wanted to make changes in this meta thing, but I never had time for that. So today I decided, why not? Nobody is working for the next 2 weeks. So. Okay, thanks everyone for joining, and see you already next year. See you. Bye.